Hi guys, I just quickly wanted to discuss tonight's episode of Big Brother, the veto competition episode, and my disappointment. Basically, Alex is HOH, and she's not HOH by herself. She's HOH with Paul, so technically Paul is really HOH because he's the puppet master and he's the one who's basically running this whole operation. So let's see. Alex puts up Dominique and Jessica, and she does so because that's what Paul wants, because Paul is the one who wants Dominique out. And I'm still trying to figure out why he wants Dominique out, but it is what it is. And I feel as though this is exactly what you get when you let somebody like Paul in the house, or you keep him in the house, knowing that he's a vet and he should be the first one to go, but it is what it is. Like I said, people are idiots, especially when they play this game. Now Mark, who's supposed to be Dominique's best friend in the house, starts crying. I didn't even know that he was emotional like that, but whatever. And so Dominique figures out that there's a rat, or not a rat, a snake in the house, and she calls him out, which is Paul. Paul has an attitude. Allegedly, Paul made a statement about blackface, and he wanted to dress up like a snake because that's what Dominique called him. But they didn't show that part of the show. They only showed him dressed up as a snake without the blackface. But maybe Julie will touch on that tomorrow. Other than that, this is kind of like a lackluster episode, because all that's really going on is that Alex is pretend or fake HOH. Paul's really running the show. Dominique calls him out. They had a veto competition. Jason won the veto competition and basically kept the nominations the same. Everybody thinks that Dominique is creating a bigger hole for herself, so she's going to be the one to go. But I just feel as though, to keep things interesting, use the power of veto. Make somebody else go up. They wanted Mark to go up as a pawn, and Mark decided to say, no, you're not going to use me as a pawn. Think again. And I'm glad he said that. Stick up for yourself. But then Alex is like, well, you're going to have to vote for her to go home. Excuse me, don't tell me how to vote. Again, if I have a power to vote, I'm going to vote the way I want to vote. If she's my friend and I want to vote for her to stay, then I'm going to vote for her to stay. I'm going to vote out Jessica. And besides, if you already have the numbers, then why are you worried about my votes? So, having said all that, I just feel as though I'm really interested to know what's going to happen with this blackface comment and what CBS and Julie Chen are going to say, because nobody should make jokes about blackface. Other than that, I just feel like it's going to be the Paul show. So at the end of the day, everybody's going to eventually turn on each other, because basically that's what they do. They turn on each other. It's like, well, we're one big happy family, and then we're going to turn on each other. So having said all that, I don't know about this season. A lot of people still like it. I'm just not a fan. I just feel as though it's a bit too much, and I'm ready for something new. So I hope that they have a twist or something, because we can't go on like this. And for those of you that, are tired of Dominique talking about God, she's a God-fearing woman. Leave her alone. She's religious. That's just like if you had a Muslim in the house. Just leave them alone. Let them discuss religion as they see fit. There's nothing wrong with that. She believes in a higher power. That's how she lives her life. There are a lot of people like that. That's got nothing to do with calling or using the blackface reference. So let's think about that. Other than that, let's see what happens with the live eviction, and let's see what else is going to happen with Paul, the blackface, the snake, and let's see how the house votes. And I'm a little disturbed if somebody's making a joke about a blackface, how people are still rallying against that person. And I'm even more disturbed at the fact that Dominique called him out on his BS, and yet nobody kind of picked up on it or gave it two thoughts like, wait a minute, she might be onto something. I would have been like, okay guys, Alex, was it your idea to put me up or was it Paul's idea? Alex is going to think it was her idea. Let's think about that again, Alex. You're not that bright. But anyway, let's see what happens tomorrow.